Welcome, everyone. I hope everyone is doing great on this Mother's Day weekend. If you're a mom, I celebrate you, and I hope that your weekend is filled with a whole lot of celebration, a whole lot of rest and relaxation. So, for those who are tuned in right now, I thank you. Those who are watching the see, in the bushes they call it, and those who are coming in on the comments, thank you so much. I appreciate you, sweet Caroline. You are a faithful subscriber, and we love you and appreciate you coming in and showing love to the channel. Well, without further ado, as I always do, I always love to begin our sessions with a word of prayer. So if you can join me by bowing your heads as I open this session with a word of prayer. Heavenly Father, we just want to give you praise and thanks once again for allowing us to use this family YouTube channel platform. We ask that you may show your love through us, help us, dear God, to inspire others who are tuned in and locked in for tonight's Mother's Day special session. We want to ask that you may bless all the mothers of the world, help them, dear God, to have a great weekend and to be just totally appreciative of the gift that you have blessed them with. We ask you these blessings in His name. Well, yeah, thank you all for tuning in. So bitter, what should I say? It's not bitter or sweet, but our guest that we were planning to have on tonight, something unexpected came up on her end. So she will not be joining us tonight, but we will reschedule at a later time. So, for now, we're still going to go on with the show because, as we as mothers are experts of, is going with the flow. When things kind of don't go, our way, we still have to roll with it and do the best we can. All right. So, yeah, first off, it is Mother's Day weekend. If you are a mama, hail up in the chat. I welcome you and I'm grateful for you. Big blessings and shout out to my mom, who is behind the scenes with Mr. Macho Man Blaze. It might be popping in from time to time. I know he's kind of caught up with what he wants to do right now. So we're kind of letting him have his space to do all what he wants to do where he is great. So yeah, big ups to Mama Fisher, and blessings to her and to all the mothers in the world. First up tonight is, it's Mother's Day weekend. What are your plans for this weekend? Do you have any plans? Are your plans just to go out and just have a good dinner, a good bite to eat? Are you going to get some TLC, get your nails done or something like that? Are you planning to just have a moment where you're just like, okay, I am just going to rest and call it a day and have everybody around you just kind of pamper you? I would love to know in the chat because, as mothers, we do work hard. And for the ones who are great, it's definitely not an easy job. It's not a job for the faint and heart. So many things that go into being a mom. It is a lot, but we love it and we appreciate it. And hey, it's God's gift to us to do what we do. I see that Pamela Gallimore came on. Thank you so much for that greeting. I know it's family. I appreciate you. It's like good evening, so royal. So yeah, I appreciate you. So first off, when people think about the title mother, a lot of times we think, oh, you have your own child or what have you. But the truth is, I would like you to put what you think a mother is in the chat first. I don't want to go into the conversation. I want to kind of hear from you guys. So please put what you think the definition of a good mother in the comment section. And while you are pondering on that and getting ready to put that in the chat, I have a video that I would like to play. It's something that I saw on YouTube and Instagram, and it really brings light to what we are talking about today. It's a really interesting video, and I would love for you to just stay tuned, lock in, and watch it and tell me what you think of it. You know, a lot of times we hear, you know, mother is this, a mother is that, but until you know, you don't know. I am a blessed mother of two. My daughter, who is 15, Miss Princess, when she is here, she's gonna kind of help me out with some things from time to time. She's a little camera shy tonight, but she's gonna help by lending her voice and maybe answering one or two questions in the background. So yeah, definitely appreciate her. And I also have my son, Macho Man Blade, who is 8, and he's autistic. He's special needs. So you know, he has his moments when he does his things how he wants to do it, and we just, you know, we just continuously love on him and give him the care that he needs. So let me see here. Mama Fisher is in the chat. She said, "Bless up my cousin Pamela. Happy Mother's Day to you and everyone on the live." Yes, blessings, blessings, blessings. So yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna play this video first before I get into this conversation. So hold on a second. I'm gonna share my screen here. Just to make sure your plans and plans of what you are going to do for Mother's Day or for a mother. Tell me, tell me. Put this real quick and get back to here. All right.
Just give me 1 second. Thank
Sure.
you. Sorry. Uh-huh. Hey. Hi. 2 minutes. Thank you. Hi, good afternoon. Sorry about that.
Oi.
Hi, nice to
Hi.
meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Have you ever done one of these interviews over the camera before?
No.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about the job to get started with. It's not just a job, it's sort of probably the most important job. The title that we have going right now is Director of Operations, but it's really kind of so much more than that. Responsibilities and requirements are really quite extensive. First category for the requirements would be mobility. This job requires that you must be able to work standing up most or really all of the time, constantly on your feet, constantly bending over, constantly exerting yourself, a high level of stamina.
Okay.
That's a lot.
For how many hours?
135 hours to unlimited hours a week. It's basically 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I'm sure you'll have a chance from time to time to maybe just sit down here and there, yeah?
You mean like a break?
Yeah.
No, there are no breaks available.
Is that even legal?
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like no lunch.
You can have
or-
lunch, but only when the associate is done eating their lunch.
I think that's a little intense.
No,
No, not possible.
that's crazy.
Now, this position requires excellent negotiation and interpersonal skill. We're really looking for someone that might have a degree in medicine, in finance, and the culinary arts. You must be able to wear several hats. Associate needs constant attention. Sometimes they have to stay up with an associate throughout the night. Being able to work in a chaotic environment, if you had a life, we'd ask you to sort of give that life up. No vacations. In fact, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and holidays, the workload is going to go up, and we demand that with a happy disposition.
That's almost cruel. That's almost a very, very sick, twisted joke.
But when there's time to sleep or...
Oh, no time to sleep.
Yeah, all encompassing almost.
That's exactly right.
365 days a year?
Yes.
No, that's inhumane.
That's very insane.
The meaningful connections that you make and the feeling that you get from really helping your associate are immeasurable. Also, let's cover the salary. The position is going to pay absolutely nothing.
Excuse me?
No. Nobody's doing that for free.
Yeah,
You're
pro
crazy.
bono, completely for free.
No.
What if I told you there's someone that actually currently holds this position right now? Billions of people, actually.
Who?
Moms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moms.
That's awesome.
Oh.
And they meet every requirement, don't
wow.
Oh my God. Moms are the best.
Yeah, there's no pay. They're 24 hours. They're always there.
Now I'm thinking about my mom.
they? Yeah, and what are you thinking about her?
I'm thinking about all those nights and everything.
Thank you so much for everything you do. I know it doesn't seem like I appreciate all of it, but I definitely do.
So, Mom, I want to say thank you for everything that you've done. I love you very much. You've been there through thick and thin. My mom is just awesome. She's awesome.
If you just shed a tear, you are a real mama. So yes, that was an awesome video just to show how much mothers actually do. And sometimes we forget. Sometimes we kind of take moms for granted. But anyways, very good. Mothers are awesome. Mothers do so many things. And before I kind of go into the conversation some more, this is where Princess is going to help me out a little bit. I would love to know what you think the definition of a good mother is. Please put that in the chat. So, Princess, what do you think a good mother is? Ooh, that's a good answer right there. Say it loud. I don't think they heard you. I said you. Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate that. What makes me a good mom? You gotta come closer so they can hear you. So they can't see you because you being camera shy right now. But you gotta come up close so they can hear you. You got family on the line too. You can be something sometime, yeah. Thank you. I gotta give Princess a hug. Hold on a second. Let me go give my first baby. You got your You can if you want it. Well, thank you, Princess. Thank you. I hope you heard all of that. Yes, my definition of a good mother. I'm going to do the same thing like Princess. It's mom. It's mom because she is so patient. She is so caring. She does a lot, even when sometimes she is tired and weary. As a mom, it's not easy. And so it's a blessing to have people like her, as Princess said, Princess like me, to kind of nurture and guide our kids in such a way that they are guided. One thing I want to kind of get into, the definition of a mother. Again, people have different perspectives. Some people think that being a mom, you have to have your own children. You have to have them this way or that way, and so forth. I believe that a good mother, to be a good mother doesn't mean, or to be a mom doesn't mean that you have to have your own child. Everybody have their different circumstances. I believe a good mother is someone who nurtures, inspires, and care for any child of any age that is in their care or close proximity. That is what I think being mom is. So it's not limited to just having your own child. It means that you are just having a caring heart, a nurturing heart. It could be your own child. It could be other children in the neighborhood. It could be your niece. It could be your nephew. You know, if you're mothering them and guiding them in the right direction, you are a mom. If you're a teacher and you are guiding all of these kids from year to year, you are a good mother to them. And you know, it's not limited to just that definition. There's a lot that goes into being a mom. Oh, Blaze kissing me on the screen downstairs. Oh, Blaze, hi Blaze, love you, Blaze. That is so sweet. You gotta come up here and give me a little kissy when you're in the mood, Blaze. Hi Blaze. Hi Blaze. Now I gotta wait because he sometimes watches on the screen so that, you know, he just gotta do his own thing. But yeah, you know, that is my opinion. I believe a mother is just someone with a big heart, a big nurturing heart. And all the things that go into it, it takes a lot. There's a lot of emotional requirements that you sometimes have to utilize with being a mother. You know, you have to be mentally available, ready to nurture whoever child that is within your proximity or in your care at all times. Physically can be tasking at times, but the reward, as you heard in the video, is great. The joys of being a mother. There's a lot of things that come to mind. I know plenty of times, you know, when you're training your child and, you know, you finally see that after all the time of training them that they become successful, that they become an example in the community that they live in. That is definitely a joy to a mom when you have raised your children in a certain way. You know, your heart is filled with a lot of proud moments, a lot of pride, because you're so overwhelmed and thankful and grateful that your child has, not say crossed the finish line, but had reached a milestone that you can be really proud of and to, you know, witness. I would have to say that when I became a mother with my, you know, with my daughter, it was definitely at first, you know, it was kind of scary. I think I was hesitant to what should I say, enter that path or to embrace myself or prepare myself for that. It was definitely, you know, because you hear so many different things, you know, when it comes to childbirth and all of those physical parts. You know, some women are hesitant and scared, you know, sometimes to kind of enter that stage of life. So I think for me, I was hesitant, you know, for various reasons at the time. But when it came down to like, okay, you know, let's go for it, you know, and my daughter came, I was definitely happy and overjoyed. And I want to say that while she was in the womb, before the doctor even tested to see if she was, you know, tested for the gender, boy or girl, in my mind, and I tell her this all the time, in my mind, in my body, I was like, it's going to be a girl. You know, there were other hopes of it, you know, we was kind of voting and so forth, but I was like, the way my body feels for whatever certain, I'm kind of really intuitive. I don't know what it is a gift. Sometimes it's a little annoying. You know, sometimes a little annoying, but sometimes you can see things, see people, and know things before it's actually really clear. I think that is a gift that's been in my lap. And again, when she was within the room, I truly felt it was going to be a girl. I knew it. You know, I knew it was going to be. She was going to be a girl. You know, we bought girl clothes. The room was pink. No, what color was it? It was. Yeah, yeah. It was supposed to be a dark pink and really nice yellow, and it ended up being kind of looking like red and yellow. But you know, that's another story. But the crib, we was like, we got all the pink girly stuff and all the accessories, and it was like, we must do it. I knew it. I knew it within my soul. And I had a dream as well that she was going to be a girl. I remember dreaming one night, this is before again, this is before the doctor even told me that she was going to be a girl. I remember dreaming that she was a little girl with bright brown eyes. And that's looking like her eyes was bright like pennies, shiny new pennies. And that confirmed it for me. And and lo and behold, when she came, she was a girl. She was the princess of the family. And you know, we grew up but we loved her so much and we nurtured her. And when she was born a preemie. For those who didn't know, she was due in August, close to like the something of August. It would have been closer to my birthday, but instead she decided to come early, and she came a month early, 5 weeks early. And so when she was born, she was just 3 pounds, 5 ounces. I call it 3 packs because literally she was 3 packs of cheese. Anyways, she was born very small. I had to get an emergency C-section for her. So at the time, my pressure really shot up, was really elevated, you know, for specific reasons, and I had to do the epidural for her, you know, for them to do what they had to do, and then eventually they realized the epidural was making her heart rate go down. It was not good for her. And so in my heart, I knew, okay, right when they gave me the epidural, trying to induce me, as soon my body wasn't feeling right. And as soon as I thought that, I just felt this funny feeling in my arm. And before I could even say anything, the nurse was right. The nurse was like, this is not good. She literally yanked whatever it was out of my arm. And it wasn't, she just like, no, this is not good for baby, heart rate's going down. She went away. And I'm like, oh God, what's next? Because if this is not good for her, I feared that, okay, what are we gonna do? And the fear that I had was C-section. You know, and after like maybe 30 minutes or so, the doctor came in and was like, you know, we have to do emergency C-section. And, you know, thank God that, you know, I had asked my mom to be by my side at the time. And thank God we went through it. You know, she stayed in the NICU until she got her weight up, and then we were able to take her home. You know, as much as that was that moment, I was still blessed to say, have her, and she was able to gain her weight to a healthy weight. And if you see her now, you wouldn't even know that she was pregnant. You wouldn't even know she was 3 packs of cheese. But you know, through the years, we've seen her go through, you know, just different stages of growing up. Thanks, Lucy Warren. I appreciate you coming on. Thanks. Yeah, and it was beautiful to see that she was a baby growing up into a lovely young lady that she is today. She went through all those phases, toddler and all of that, and we were able to be there and guide her. Mama Fish and I really, we really worked with her, and talked a lot of different things, guided her through school, went to countless meetings. And a lot of times those meetings, it was always a lot of good, positive things that they were saying about her. So that is a joy. Are we perfect? No, we're not perfect. But overall, she is a wonderful young lady, and I am very proud of her. We are all very proud of her and what she's become. And hey, good night, Minister Change. Good night. Happy Mother's Day to you and Mama Fish. And thank you for the greetings. Appreciate it. So yeah, the joys of motherhood for my daughter was just knowing that she's like the mini me in a sense, and just seeing how, her being successful and learning from mistakes and learning how to be a leader within her community is definitely a joy to see. And after my daughter, I thought that was it. I thought that was it. I was like, oh, I'm good. But then 7 years later, Mr. Macho Man Blaze came to play. And I tell you, it was kind of funny because I remember my friends would ask me, are you going to have another one? Are you going to have another one? I was like, I'm good. And as soon as I found out that I was expecting my son, I was like, oh, here we go again. But there was a lot of lessons learned from having my daughter that I took on with my son. And again, just like my daughter, where I knew she was going to be a girl. In my mind, in my soul, I was like, it's not going to be a girl this time around. Before the doctors could confirm, I was like, this is feeling like, my body was feeling like, you know what, I'm going to have a boy. And I couldn't shake that feeling. As much as it would have been nice to say, past princess little clothes, little dresses and things, I was like, that's not going to happen. I'm going to have a boy. And before it was confirmed, because at this time, when I had him, they had new technology and tests that can test for the gender sooner than my daughter. My daughter had to wait, I don't know. I think I had to wait until I was about maybe 3 or 4 months. With my son, they had whatever blood draw test that can test for that, and you could have gotten tested like within 2 months or so. And again, I knew it was going to be a boy. I felt it in my soul. And when they did the test, yep, it was confirmed, as you know. And as he was within the womb, I don't know, I just felt something in my soul that was like, he's going to be a protector, so to speak. And I don't, again, that intuition, that's a gift that has been put in my lap, and sometimes it comes through kind of strong. Sometimes a little scary sometimes. But God gave us different tools to use to speak to us, to let us know, how to navigate certain situations and scenarios. So anyways, finding out I was expecting with my second child, Blaze, as I was going through that phase, it was definitely, what should I say? Again, I learned from the first experience. I learned not to take certain things to heart, and I was just really finding the joy not the joy, but finding out how to deal with certain things while expecting. And it was definitely another great experience. I enjoyed the fact that, I was able to carry him, and he came to full term. He actually came a little on the late side. Princess came early, Blaze came on the late side. And I just remember when I was told that they had a due date, and my doctor was like, if he doesn't come at this such and such a time, we're gonna have to get him. And yes, they had to do another C-section for Blaze, but it wasn't an emergency. It was a schedule, so the procedure was slightly different. But anyhow, he came, and he was 7 pounds, and he was a healthy boy, born a little bit on the later end. And just seeing him now, as much as he has special needs, it's a blessing still to see how far he's come. He's still learning how to navigate his world through autism. That's definitely a topic for another time. But it's a blessing to see how far he's come and to see that he's still learning. I have a funny story where either he was doing something, I can't remember what it was. Mama Fisher, you can remind me in the chat. But with Blaze, I can see where his mind is always working. If we were having issues maybe with him maybe pulling a certain door open or something like that, and we put some type of obstacle there, look, at first you might block him, but give it like how many days, Princess? Like if Blaze is kind of getting into something that he shouldn't or something, and we kind of try to stop him, but he eventually figures it out. It takes I was thinking the same thing, like 2 or 3 days, and Blaze is gonna figure it out. His first initial reaction was like, this is different. This wasn't here before. Yeah, sometimes he might try because he can't get to it, but he'll keep going at it, and he's like looking at it and studying it, and he's humming. He's like, what is this? Next thing you know, he's got it. And it's like, you know what? Sometimes, man, okay, we gotta do something else. But the blessing is knowing that his mind is continuing to try to figure things out, and it's a blessing in his state of special needs. So yes, there are many joys with motherhood. The joy in motherhood for me is just seeing how my kids are navigating their world from their perspective. Seeing how they're taking an obstacle that they might come across and figuring it out. Because the truth is, as mothers, we can't give them the solution. At some point, they have to figure it out on their own. And it's a blessing that our kids come to the point where they are figuring it out on their own in a good way. And that is definitely one of the joys that I have as a mother, as a parent of 2 lovely children. I love to see them love on each other and appreciate each other. There was a time when Blaze, I think maybe when he was really young, maybe around 1.5, 2, where, Princess still wanted another sibling, and he was just trying to figure things out. And maybe he wasn't going to her as much as she wanted, but it didn't take much time for him to be like, oh, this is my big sister. And after a while, he would gravitate towards her. He'd go to her. He wants to give her a hug. He wants to give her a kiss on the cheek. He goes and he sits on her lap, and he just shows so much love and affection. There are times when he gets up in the morning, and the first room he goes to is Big Sister's room. It doesn't matter who's there. He's not coming to my room. He's not going to Mama Fish's room. Always going to his sister's room, and all he does is just go in her room. She has a bunch of pillows. I have pillows and stuff on my bed, but whatever reason, he just loves his sister's room. He goes there, he'll snuggle up and he'll laugh, and he'll just giggle, and you just know that he is so happy. So that's another joy, just seeing that they love each other as siblings. Because it's awful if you have children that are always at things with each other. So it's a blessing that as mom that I see that they love and appreciate each other. So yeah, we want to give some shout outs to the people in the chat. I thank you so much for tuning in. I see Sweet Caroline, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Mama Fisher Mama Fisher in the background, putting comments in the chat. Thank you so much. Your cousin here, Pamela Gallimore, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. And I see Minister Change, thank you for tuning in tonight. See Warren, appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in tonight. And the Nightbot, doing so much in the chat. We appreciate you so much. All right. So yeah, and for those who are listening online who are not making comments, it's all good. It's all right. We thank you so much for tuning in. And also for those who are just coming in, just want to let you know that we had a special guest that was scheduled for tonight, but something unexpectedly came up on her end, so she's unable to be here tonight. But we will reschedule at a later time. So definitely stay tuned for that. And we will hear her perspective as to what are the joys of being a mother for her. And she has 2 lovely children, but they are older than mine. I remember when I first met her, we were in college. We're attending Andrews University, which is a private school in Michigan. And at the time, I want to say that her kids were really young, like maybe, I felt like they were like 2 and 4, 2 and 5. She can confirm that with me sometime. And yeah, that was way before I had mine. So her kids are much older, but she has a lot that I'm sure that she can share about them. She has a daughter and a son, that she cared for how many years? I don't know how old they are, but they're probably in their 20s, probably. Again, she'll confirm it. But yes, she was scheduled to be on tonight, but unexpectedly something came up on her end, and she's unable to attend. We just have to reschedule. But we as moms, we have to kind of go with the flow when things come up. We just gotta go with that. No, I could not come on tonight, and bless all the lovely mothers out there and those who are in the chat. And again, as I said before, a mom, to me, the definition of a good mother is just a mother that is nurturing, caring for, loving on a child in their care. Within their care. And it doesn't mean that they are your children. They don't have to be your children, your biological children. Mothers come in all shapes and forms. Mothers are mothers because of various circumstances. There are times when, you're having to look after your relative, your niece, your nephew, your whatever situation you're adopting. They're your child. Or maybe you don't have any children in your home, but you are a teacher, you're an educator of children. You are responsible for the care of these children in your proximity. You are their mother in a certain group. So, we want to give you thanks and praise for taking up that mantle. It's not always easy, but the reward is great. And I think that's the main thing that we can focus on, is that, the joy of being a mom is just seeing how well that child, your child, progress in this world. It's not an easy world to navigate at times. But when you are able to be spiritually level-headed, emotionally level-headed, mentally stable, and physically able to do all what you do to get that child to where they need to be or to the next level, you are being a mother. I thank you personally for that. I think if my mom wasn't the way she is, or was to me, I wouldn't be who I am today. A lot of who I am is a lot, depending on how she raised me. As a child, I just remember how she nurtured and cared for me as a single mom. It wasn't always easy, but she always made the sacrifice to look after me and take care of me and be there for me emotionally and socially. There were times when I was going through things and I'm able to go to her and get good advice. Not all situations, are there where your child can come to you and ask for advice, but I was able to do that. That's how I was raised. And, I always knew that no matter what, she loves me and she's going to tell me, whatever instructions, because she loves me and she always has good intentions. So, we talk, and not everything that I take, I don't take every single advice because, she can tell you that sometimes she'll tell me something. I'm like, I don't know about that, Mom. I don't know about that. But I always know that it always comes from a place of love. And that's one thing that I know for sure. Whether I take the advice or not, I know that it always comes from good intentions and from a place of love. And it is a blessing to have, such a mom. And, for those who are close to me, who know us well, that she wasn't just a mom to me. She was a mom to a lot of my other friends and family members. I remember when I was going to, from elementary, she was like that. She took in other kids. She always had kids in the house. She always had kids in the house. She always had kids at the house. I remember a picture that I have. I wish I had it here to share. But the picture was me. I think I was maybe 2 or 3 years old. She was babysitting because at one point, she was working, but then she quit and she ended up, taking care of children in her home. And until I was able to go to old enough to go to school. And I remember seeing a picture in the album where I'm holding a bottle for another baby in a crib. I think I was maybe like 2 or 3 at the time. But, she was always like that type of mom. She wasn't just a mom to me, but she was a mom to many other children. And even in high school, a lot of my high school friends will tell you that they remember my mom cooking for them. There were times they would come over to the house and we'll watch TV or movie or what have you. To the family member that come over, she was that mom. She enjoyed, other children being home to nurture and care for. Even in college, when I went to Andrews University in Michigan, and my friend that was scheduled to come on, she could probably tell you the same thing too as well, is that, look, when Mama Fisher was on campus, everybody got excited because we know she had some good food. I just remember, many weekends at the time we were living in Illinois, where, she came up to the campus to the point to where people thought she was actually going to school there. But that was a joy. That was a joy seeing my mom come and visit and so forth. I was in the dorms at the time. And so, she would just, after her work, she would just come straight and, she would stay the weekend. And a lot of times I'm in the middle of class and all I would hear my friends say, Mish, your mom is here. I'm coming over. And look, when she came, she had lots of food and whatnot. My friends came and we all ate. We had a good time. And look, they didn't just love her because of the way she looked. They loved her spirit, her energy. So, it wasn't just what she did for them, but they loved her energy, her nurturing soul and spirit. So there were plenty of times when we would have like events on the campus, and my mom would be like, "No, you go ahead. You go with your friends. I'll stay in your room." And when I was like, "Mom, you could come now," she's like, "Nah, I'll just stay." And at that time, Saturday night was like the night when we just kind of hanged out as friends. that we go to a section of the university called the gazebo. For those who don't know, it was just like when the cafeteria was closed, the gazebo was open, and so they served like fun like vegetarian food like fries and veggie hot dogs and burgers and those sorts of things because they didn't have no meat policy on campus. And that's where we would all just hang out and just have a good time. And I remember this more than once. We would have different things going, and my mom would try to stay behind. And as soon as I walked out the door to meet my friend was like, "What is Mama Fisher? Where is she? Where is she?" I'm like, "She's inside the room. She's trying to go. She told me to go." She's like, literally, they actually held my mom by the feet. I was like, "Come on, Mama Fisher, you gotta get dressed." It was like 3-4 of them. I think I was like maybe the baby of the group at the time. Everybody else was a little bit older than me. I was just 18. They were like already in their 20s and so forth. And they were like, Mama Fisher, you're coming with us. And that was just a vibe. And I mean, that's just there to show you that when you are a good mom, you have people that gravitate towards you because they see your love, they see your nurturing spirit, and they want to be around you. They want you to be around them. And that was it during college and beyond. It's always been like that. So yeah, it's been a blessing to have. It is a blessing to have a mom like that I have right now that is always caring for others, always having nurturing heart. As Princess said, she said I'm caring too. So that's good to know that a child thinks I'm caring and nurturing and patient. I think I'm patient. Yeah, girl, I'm patient. No. Patient, but at times when I need to just kind of, be the mama, lay things down like this is how it gotta be. I'm that mom. But I'm also patient within the same breath. And those who work alongside me, they can say the same thing as well. There are boundaries set. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day when it comes. Thank you so much. There are boundaries set, but still have to be patient and caring for the little kiddos because we never know what they've gone through. I think I learned a lot when we had foster kids in our home because when we lived in Georgia, we fostered children within our home for 10 years. And we had children from birth all the way up to teen in our home. Various times we had them for we didn't have them for a set time. Just until their family was able to kind of look after them and get them back. That could be anywhere from 2 weeks to months, sometimes years. But I learned a lot with us fostering children within our home. I learned that there are cases where children are coming out of situations that are very unimaginable, and as the moms in the house, we had to nurture them. We had to advocate for them in a way that you probably wouldn't for your own child. That was a whole nother level of nurturing and caring for. As much as I'm an educator, I think if I was just an educator alone and not gone through that experience of fostering children, I still wouldn't have known all the things that kids are sometimes going through out there in the world. So being able to be a foster mom for that period of time, it really enriched my view on how to approach children, how to care for them, how to nurture them. Because it's definitely that's a whole nother level of caring for children. So yeah, definitely, there are joys in that, and the joy that I will say that I had. And Mom, you could put the joys that you had being a foster parent. We were both basically foster parents. Yeah, we were both certified foster parents looking after these children in our home. What are some of the joys that you had with fostering the children that we had in our home? I don't know how many families we had. We had a lot of families. within those 10 years of caring for that. I can't count. I would have to like sit down and think about it. But we had a lot from birth all the way to teens. We had at least 2 children in the home because that agency dealt with sibling groups. We had from 2 children all the way up to the most children we had in our home at one time. We had 6 children in our home. We had space for it. It was qualified for it. So yeah, the most children we had in our home was 6 children in our home at once. But the joy I can say for myself with fostering children was that, fostering children from a delicate situation, from a severe situation. Some of these children came out of abusive homes, physically, sexually, mentally. Sometimes it was neglect. Sometimes it was just a matter of the parents fell on hard time and they just couldn't look after them at the time. There were situations where there was drug addiction and they were not able to look after their child. And so, with being a foster mom, we were placed with the responsibility of not just always our kids, because that's not really just that. You're not just feeding your child. There's a lot that goes into it. You have to nurture them physically, emotionally, mentally, and at times you're having to teach them how to care for themselves. You're having to advocate for them within the school system because the school system don't know them. You don't know them. You're learning them. But you have to advocate for the things that they do within the school setting. There are times when we have to advocate for them with even the defects. Case manager. As much as they were defects, there were times when we had to advocate in a sense where we had to let them know, like, hey, this child is needing X, Y, Z, so forth and so forth. What resources do you have that can support this child at this time? Oh, Mama Fish is asking if I should repeat what she should do because Blaze is keeping her pretty busy. Yep, he does. I was asking you to share some of the joys you had when you were fostering, when we were fostering children within our home for 10 years in Georgia. Yeah, so I'm in the middle of that, but put it in the chat if you can. But yeah, again, kind of going back, yeah, as a foster mom, we have to advocate for these children's needs on a regular basis. And the joy we found in that is knowing that we was trusted to look after these children that came out of, delicate, severe situations. And we were able to share some of our love, our nurturing ways that we had for them. At times, of course, they were trained to just kind of give us extra information as to how to handle certain situations. But we were always merging those trainings with what we knew and what we already know and taught and so forth. So it's definitely a pleasure to see when these children were nurtured in a way to emotionally kind of evolve into a better self. I remember one child we had a few, but we had one child in particular where we looked after her for a couple of years. And when she first came to us, yes, she had a lot going on for her. And, she just had a lot that she struggled with. But in time with caring for her, advocating for her in school, because it was plenty of time we had to advocate for her in the classroom because she was busy about it. And some kind of personality of the teacher didn't match the needs that she had, and we had to advocate for that to be changed so that she was paired with a teacher that kind of, gelled well with her personality and needs. And, again, just taking care of her for those couple of years her family was able to get her back. And when she went back to her family member, a different family member, the family member was so grateful and thankful for us caring for her for that time. And after a while, we were keeping in touch for a year or two after, but something happened. We lost contact, numbers wasn't the same, and so forth on their end. And we were like, we wanted to know what happened to her. We didn't have no clue. And then out the blue, I think we were living in Georgia. This is maybe 5 or 6 years after she left our home, after she went back to her family. We remember getting a call on the phone, and the little girl said, is this Mama Fisher? And I'm like, no, this is not Mama Fisher. She's like, is this Misha? I'm like, yes. She was like, do you remember me? I'm like, who is this? And she said her name. She was like, this is so-and-so. This is the girl that used to take care of. By the time she said her name, I screamed at the phone. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how are you? Like, oh my gosh. I screamed, and Mom came. She's like, who is that? And I told her, she's like, we were all so excited. And we were like, but after a while, I was like, how did you get her number? We were trying to get in touch with you. She was like, yes, something moved and it changed. But when we asked her, I said, how did you get our number? She said, oh, Mama Fisher taught me it. And I remember how when she was just a little girl, now she was like, again, she was everybody. And when we go out in public, we were always scared that she might kind of run off someplace and she won't have a number to give because she wasn't our child. She was still new to us. We were fearful that she didn't have a number to give the police officer if she was lost or anybody that could help her. And so Mama Fisher would spend every day teaching her her phone number. She taught her phone number, but it was through songs. She loved music. We love music too, as you might know. And Mama Fisher taught her her number through a song every day. And whatever reason, it clicked, and I guess she was like, I'm gonna call. I guess she was like, hey, I can call. And she called, and she got us. And that's why it's supposed to keep it. Don't change it. So we used to do that back in the day. Don't change the number because things happen. You change the number, then that's it. Anyhow. So anyways, it was a joy just to kind of reconnect with her. We actually met up with her when we were living in Georgia. She actually moved here to Illinois, and we would come here to Illinois every summer, sometimes for Thanksgiving. And as soon as we connected with her, we talked to her family member, and we got further contact information. And when we would come up, we would visit her, and it was such a pleasure. And at that time, my daughter was, I think she was maybe 3 at the time when we united with her. And they were able to, talk and communicate. And it was a blessing just to see that she was on a better path than, was expected. She finished her schooling and so forth. And that was one of the joys, definitely, with being a parent or foster parent at that time. And there were other children that was in our care that we are aware of, that they're doing better and so forth. So that's always when they grow up and navigate the world in which we live in and actually making progress. So if you're just tuning in, I thank you. Blessings to all the mothers in the world who are tuned in tonight. Happy Mother's Day when it comes. And I hope that you get a lot of rest and a lot of TLC. Because moms, sometimes we get so caught up with doing so much for others that we forget to take care of ourselves or to be treated, with a little TLC and pampering. So make sure that on this Mother's Day weekend that you partake of that and that you treat yourself well and just enjoy this special weekend. If you just tuned in, just want to remind you guys that my friend was scheduled to come on tonight, but something unexpectedly happened on her end, so we're just having to reschedule for it. But yeah, it definitely was a joy coming on tonight. Still, just talking about all the mothers, what makes a good mother, and then the joys of motherhood. Plenty of joys with that. So again, mother doesn't mean that you have to have your own child. It just means that you are nurturing and caring for any child within your care, at all times. So I want to give her a little shout out to Sweet Caroline. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Mama Fisher for coming in, being behind the scenes. And my cousin, Pamela Gallimore, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Minister Change, thank you for tuning in tonight. Appreciate you. Thank you for the greeting. Thanks, Lucy Warren, for tuning in tonight. Appreciate you. And the night vibe. Make sure you give us that thumbs up, guys. Click on that like button. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe now. Definitely like and comment any and all videos that you see, and definitely share. You see that red cross across the bottom? Subscribe, like, and tell us what you are watching. We have all sorts of people watching us from all over the world. We have our Filipino family. I love you all, our Philippine family. Blessings to you all. We have friends in the UK. We have friends in Africa. Appreciate you all. We have friends in Canada. We have friends from the Caribbean, Jamaica, big time, and all of the other islands. India, Germany, Hawaii. I've seen you guys come up, and all over the U.S. I've seen people on the West Coast, East Coast, Midwest, North and South come on and represent, where you're calling from. And I know I probably missed one or two other major places as well. I went to Australia as well. I've seen some of you guys come in from that. So we appreciate you guys always tuning in and always coming on and watching and liking our lives, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Make sure you subscribe. It is totally free. All you have to do is hit that button that says subscribe, and you will be locked into future videos or upcoming videos that will come on our channel. All right. Again, I thank you all so much. But what I would love to do is play this video again that I had up earlier in case you missed it. Just talking about who mothers are and what they do. Let me see if I can find this picture. Yeah. But yes, if you have a Mother's Day greeting, definitely please put it in the comment section. Please do that for me. Well, in the meantime, I do have something to share. I can share this. Just remember, be careful, princess. I have a little clip to play with Blaze. Hi, Blaze, if you're watching, mommy. Love you, love you, love you. Let me see if I can find it here. All right, we're going to go to this little short clip of Mr. Blaze. Let's see here. All right, here we go. Stay tuned. Let's go, big boy. That's a big fly. Big sissy trying to get in the web. Well, let big sissy go through this thing first. Very interesting. Let's go, big boy. That's a big fly. Big sissy trying to get in the web. Well, let big sissy go through this thing first. Very interesting. Wow. I can hear myself echo. Like we're in a room of planets. You like the light blaze? Yeah. Wow. I can hear myself echo. Like we're in a room of planets. You like the light blaze? Yeah. Wow. I can hear myself echo. All right, Blaze is having fun. I see you, Blaze. Oh, I see you, Blaze. Oh, I see you, Blaze. Yeah, you jumping. You having fun. You having fun, Blaze. Good. All right, Blaze is having fun. I see you, Blaze. Oh, I see you, Blaze. Oh, I see you, Blaze. Yeah. So yeah, that's a little short clip of my son Blaze playing at the indoor playground area. So that's definitely one of my joys, is seeing him happy, seeing Princess happy, seeing my kids happy and enjoying life, and being able to partake of things that maybe I didn't get when I was younger, but I got a lot. I will say that my childhood was really blessed. When I was younger, I enjoyed growing up in Brooklyn and just having the things that I had at the time. And it's a blessing seeing my kids, enjoying their life and enjoying the things that they have available to them. So yeah, definitely thank you all. I see that Blaze is watching the video downstairs. So yeah, hi Blaze again, and Princess, shout out to my princess. Love you, Blaze. So yeah, my little clip, and I'm gonna play this video one more time before I close off live for the night. But before I do, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in tonight. Even though I guess I was not able to attend because of the unexpected situation that happened on her end. With the schedule, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, we want to thank you all for just tuning in and just showing your love and appreciation. And if your mom is living, or if you know someone who's being a great mother, make sure you wish them Happy Mother's Day. Show your appreciation. It's always best to give them the flowers and roses while they can appreciate it, right? Don't wait until anything else happens and they can't appreciate it. So make sure you give the people that you love in your life, give them that appreciation right now, okay? Don't hesitate, don't wait. Bless all the mothers that are in your life who have nurtured you and just been a great example in this life. So I am going to play this video one more time. I played it earlier, and I'm going to play it again. And I will close out soon after. All right, let me get this so that you can hear. Let me cut this track real quick. All right, here we go. Sorry, Blaze, you want to watch it some more?
Just give me 1 second. Thank
Sure.
you. Sorry. Uh-huh. Hey. Hi. 2 minutes. Thank you. Hi, good afternoon. Sorry about
Hey,
that.
how are you?
Hi, nice
Hi.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Have you ever done one of these interviews over the camera before?
No.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about the job to get started with. It's not just a job, it's sort of probably the most important job. The title that we have going right now is Director of Operations, but it's really kind of so much more than that. Responsibilities and requirements are really quite extensive. First category for the requirements would be mobility. This job requires that you must be able to work standing up most or really all of the time, constantly on your feet, constantly bending over, constantly exerting yourself, a high level of stamina.
Okay.
That's a lot.
For how many hours?
135 hours to unlimited hours a week. It's basically 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I'm sure you'll have a chance from time to time to maybe just sit down here and there, yeah?
You mean like a break?
Yeah.
No, there are no breaks available.
Is that even legal?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like no lunch.
You can have
or-
lunch, but only when the associate is done eating their lunch.
I think that's a little intense.
No,
No, not possible.
that's crazy.
Now, this position requires excellent negotiation and interpersonal skill. We're really looking for someone that might have a degree in medicine, in finance, and the culinary arts. You must be able to wear several hats. Associate needs constant attention. Sometimes they have to stay up with an associate throughout the night. Being able to work in a chaotic environment, if you had a life, we'd ask you to sort of give that life up. No vacations. In fact, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and holidays, the workload is going to go up, and we demand that with a happy disposition.
That's almost cruel. That's almost a very, very sick, twisted joke.
But when there's time to sleep or
Oh, no time to sleep.
Yeah, all encompassing almost.
That's exactly right.
365 days a year?
Yes.
No, that's inhumane.
That's very insane.
The meaningful connections that you make and the feeling that you get from really helping your associate are immeasurable. Also, let's cover the salary. The position is going to pay absolutely nothing.
excuse me?
No. Nobody's doing that for free.
Yeah,
You're
pro
crazy.
bono, completely for free.
No.
What if I told you there's someone that actually currently holds this position right now? Billions of people, actually.
Who?
Moms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moms.
That's awesome.
Oh.
And they meet every requirement, don't
wow.
Oh my God. Moms are the best.
Yeah, there's no pay. They're 24 hours. They're always there.
Now I'm thinking about my mom.
they? Yeah, and what are you thinking about her?
I'm thinking about all those nights and everything.
Thank you so much for everything you do. I know it doesn't seem like I appreciate all of it, but I definitely do.
So, Mom, I want to say thank you for everything that you've done. I love you very much. You've been there through thick and thin. My mom is just awesome. She's awesome.
I don't care how many times I've watched that video, it's always like a tearjerker. You always feel like something's welling up behind your eyes, because it's just such a great reminder as to what mothers do, what good mothers are required to do, and those who actually take up that mantle and actually do it effortlessly, through the pain and through whatever it is. They do it effortlessly. So if you have a wonderful mother in your life, make sure that you give her flowers. Make sure you tell her thank you. Happy Mother's Day. If your mom is not here, My condolences. But if you have other mothers that you're connected to, who are nurturing children in the world that are within their care, tell them that they are doing a great job. Tell them Happy Mother's Day today. All right. And treat them well. Give them their roses so they can smell it and appreciate it now. All right. So we will close off the evening on that note. Thank you all once again for tuning in. I appreciate you once again. If you haven't already, make sure you click that like button. It's free to like the video. And make sure you share it with a mother today. Share this video to all the lovely mothers that you have in your life. And also, click the subscribe button. If you haven't already, subscribe. Share it with others. Tell them to do the same. And when this live is over, I ask that you make a comment under the video, because all of these lovely comments that are coming through in the comment section, a lot of times we don't see it. It kind of disappears. So if you're watching this on replay, or even if you if you're watching it on a replay, just put a little comment in there, and let us know how you felt about this video. We know that you liked it, so yeah, we appreciate you. All right, without further ado, we will end, because all good things do come to an end. Just stay tuned. And also, I just remembered something as well. Tomorrow I will be on another live with Golga. So some of you know him, some of you don't. He's been on my platform before. I've been on his platform before. Awesome YouTuber, Yoga with Golga. Make sure you look out for that live that we're going to do tomorrow. I'm going to be on his Sunday service live around 11:45 Central Time. So make sure you look out for it, all right? And stay tuned in. It's going to be awesome. We're going to talk about, let me see if I can find it here. Yeah, make sure you tune in to that live as well. We're going to go live together. So you'll definitely see us. Let's see here. Yoga with Golga got a whole bunch of people out, which is awesome. He's an awesome person. So if you haven't subscribed to his channel already, make sure you do subscribe to his channel. Hey, Blaze. Trying to get it so that you can see. I can't see the thumbnail. Okay. What? We're gonna get it. Let me go back. Let me just go back, and then I'm going to share it. Okay, I'm just gonna share this. Hey, Blazy. You saw mommy on the TV? All right, I am going to share my screen. Yeah. All right, so if you're watching, yes. So we have a live tomorrow where we are going to inspire, educate, encourage, and spread love and joy and happiness. So tune in for that. It's gonna be fun. Anytime Goga and I are on a live, anyone, hey big boy, it's okay. You want a big hug? All right, maybe you want a big hug. Come get a big hug. Love you. That's your big hug. That's all you wanted? All right. That's the love that we love. So yes, for Sunday service with me and Golga. We're gonna have a great time tomorrow during Sunday service at 11:30. And also my good friend is gonna be scheduled for a live with Golga as well, Extreme Fitness Junkies, right here on the 25th of this month. Happiness and health. live, learn, and love with Extreme Fitness Junkie. So tune in, but definitely go to his channel and subscribe, and also hit the notify me button so that you are up to date with any videos that he comes up with. It's always interesting. He's an awesome YouTuber, so yeah, definitely check in with him. All right, so I know I said I was going to end live. All good things come to an end, and it is a good thing that we are going to end right now. So I appreciate you all. We're going to close off with prayer. Thank you all once again for coming in tonight. I appreciate you all, and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in the world. Happy Mother's Day to my lovely mother, Mama Fisher. I know you see me. Thank you, and to all the family members, cousins, aunties, and other family members. I just want to tell you all happy Mother's Day as well, and I hope that your day is filled with lots of joy, lots of rest, and happiness. All right, let's bow our heads. Dear Heavenly Father, we just want to thank you once again for allowing us to do another live, shedding some light on some mothers out there that are doing their thing and rocking it out. We ask that you may continue to give them the strength and the energy and the love and the guidance to continue to nurture the children of the world, dear God. It's a very important job, and we are thankful that we were given the responsibility to be able to take all of that steps. We thank you once again, and amen. All right, guys, bye, and love you all. Give us that thumbs up if you haven't already. It's free, and click the subscribe button. Okay, thank you. You want to tell them something, Blaze? All right. Okay, come to me. Okay. Good boy. All right. Blaze wanted some extra love, so I gotta go give it to him. Anyways, I am back. You all take care. Bye.